have I got a treat for you? Listen, this is totally awesome because you know what I hear most of the time from people that start doing internet marketing? They say, hey, I did this, I did that, I learned how to set up my site, I started, got everything set up so I could build a list, and I signed up for affiliate programs. Maybe I even created my own product, something that I could give away. I've done all this, but I'm not making any money. You know why? The missing ingredient, folks, is traffic. And you know what I hear from just about everybody? I can't afford to pay for traffic. Well, guess what? I don't even blame you for that because the cost of paying for traffic nowadays, sometimes it's insane, crazy insane. And guess what? I have not paid for traffic for well over a year. But I kid you not, traffic is critical to your business. The more traffic that you get, the more money you make. That's just the law of the internet. And the good news is, if you're making money, if you've got a system in place that it does make money, if you get let's say, for example, you get 100 visitors to your website, and that means you end up making $50. Maybe you make a couple of sales. Awesome. But if you can exponentially explode that, if you can get 10 times the traffic, you make 10 times the money. That's the way it works. So if you've got a system in place and hey, I get 100 visitors, I make $50. Well, you get 1,000 visitors, you make $500. And guess what? It keeps going. You make 10,000 visitors, $5,000. It is a formula, folks. So all that you need is more traffic. Now, the bad news is paid traffic is crazy expensive. I got buddies paying $10, $15 a click, even more in some niches, on Google through their pay-per-click program, AdWords. That's crazy. That's why I got out of the whole pay-per-click thing a little over a year ago. Crazy expensive. Where's it at? How are you going to get the traffic if you don't pay for it? Organic traffic. You don't have to pay for any of the clicks. You don't have to pay for any of the traffic directly that you receive. Now, what do I mean by directly? Let me invest a little bit of time in here. When you go to Google and you do a search for a certain term you're looking for, right? There's going to be two results come back. In the middle of the screen, there's going to be the organic results. That's the stuff that Google just went out on the internet and found, and it's bringing it back. Okay? Now, at the top of the screen, at the top of the results, and at the right side of the screen, those are paid results. Those are ads that people have said, hey, show my ad here and I will pay a certain amount of money per click. Now, they're not all $10, $15, okay? You can get some, maybe you're paying 25, 30 cents for a click. But it really depends on the niche, how competitive that niche is. The organic results, on the other hand, when people click on those, nobody has to pay directly. But here's what I mean by that. You don't just show up on the organic listing, my friend, not anymore. A few years ago, sure. Google would just find you maybe, and you would get indexed eventually. Nowadays, though, unless you are out there actively doing something to make your site show up there, right? There's a really good chance you're never, ever going to get there. You know why? Because all your competitors are being active. They are doing something to get their page to show up. They're doing something to make Google see, okay, this site is important. I better index it and put it in my results. Those results, I'll give you a little, I think it's an acronym you would call it, SERPs, S-E-R-P, Search Engine Results Page. Okay, that's what that is, the results that come up when somebody does a search. Those are the SERPs. So the question is, how do we get free traffic? Because We don't want to pay for it. Maybe we don't have the money, or maybe we just don't want to do it, right? How do we get the free traffic? It's not going to just happen. In the next video, I'm going to tell you the secret.